getting everything together and accidentally hit the go live button. Go figure. That will be in there in just a second. Uncle Steve, Dad, Grumpy. How's it going, everybody? So this is the beauty we're going to paint tonight. I will be happy to get this done. It was a fun carve. I couldn't wait. I started on the teeth last night. Now, I know the teeth aren't perfect, but you know what? My first time. Thanks, Tim List. Hey, Woodworking 52. Patricia, thank you. And I'm going to make you a moderator because you've been here quite often. So you get a promotion. How's that? Hey, Kat, how are you? So this is it. I am going to be hitting this with a wire brush a little bit. If I can find the wire brush. And I got impatient last night and painted the teeth. And I think that the teeth are really kind of sticking out. So that's pretty cool. What I do want to get accomplished is paint some of this, because right now everything just kind of blends in. So I want to give it some dimension with the paint. So that's what we're going to start on. And I'm going to use the wire brush to just hit over the stain to try and pull some wood out of it. I know that doesn't make sense considering I stained it, but the purpose of the stain was to get deep into the cracks and to give it a darker color. And then we're going to touch it up with some dry brushing. And I am completely right-handed. I'm actually ambidextrous. I can use my left hand, but I'm more comfortable with this using my right hand. So, sorry for the flip-flop, hippity-hop. Don't stop. And I learned this wire brush technique from Amy Jo, who learned this technique from other carvers, and it really works out well. And the nice thing about it is it puts little awkward grooves in it, in the wood and in the stain. See how much air I got. All right, so I'm happy with it so far. I cannot complain. I'm really thrilled with how it came out. Hey, Sophie. Thank you for being here. I'm getting ready to paint my carving. And if you guys could, hit that like button. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you. So this is a part of my Halloween carves. And it's really been fun. I did a really cool pumpkin that I enjoyed doing. And that was a blast. That pumpkin was really fun for me. I had a great time doing that. Now, just in some key areas like the eyes, I want to put a little white around these eyes. Not too much, because the character itself is more on the darker, spookier side. But what I want to do is I want to pull the darkness in the depth of the eyes out. So that's why I'm touching up a little bit here. If you guys want, hey Conrad, thank you, sir. Make sure, you know what? Give me 1 second. Or Connor. You have been here enough. You get a promotion too. You are now a moderator. Hey, Kevin. There you go. So the character itself is a darker character. So I want to keep him that way. But as you can see, the white around the eyes, which now that it's on there, I'm going to brush a little bit more. That will bring out the depth in his eyes. So I'm not going crazy with the paint. As a matter of fact, before it dries, I'm just kind of blending it in. And once it dries with the stain, as you can see, it's going to turn almost a grayer color. Yeah, share your links and get some subs. So I will go over this with some brown or black. I'm just getting the bases covered. Hey, Woodchucker. Hey, Amy. Thank you. By putting white here, it's going to bring out the depth by the mouth, which I think is pretty cool. Halloween is for sure my favorite time, always has been, and it will be. So now I get just a little bit of paint on there, get the rest off, and then I'm just going to blend this in. Now if you notice, it's starting to blend in over here on the side too, which is fine. Because what I really want to achieve here is shadow effects. Now I'm just cleaning the brush off. Hey, two dudes. Yeah, you guys share your links, man. You guys got channels out there. Share your links try and pick up a couple subs. Hey, Belinda. Deland, that looks exactly like the Jeepers. Well, awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. You know what? For my first time, I don't think, I'm not going to brag, but I think it came out fairly well. But I appreciate you saying that. I truly, truly do. And thank you guys for being here. So I believe I'm going to leave his face darker because I want it to stand out as I throw some shade on everything else. Hey, Rhinestone Suzanne, thank you for being here. Just kind of looking at it. I think I'm going to go a little bit more white down here. What I really want, and what I'm really hoping happens, excuse me, is by leaving the face darker, I really hope, oh, thank you, Suzanne, thank you, that this chin pops. Because I think the chin on him, I mean, besides the teeth, it's one of the most prominent features on him. So I really wanted to get some depth on that. And I don't want a lot of paint. Oh, thank you, Woodchucker. I appreciate it. I don't want to go with too much color in here because I want the black to stay. If you can see it, I can see it. It looks like there's depth in there because of the difference between the white and the dark and the stain. Thank you, Belinda. So that's what I'm shooting for. I want there to be depth in the lips, the mouth, the nose, the teeth. You know, I will paint Woodchucker. I can paint Woodchucker. That is not a problem right there. I can paint him in a heartbeat. Happy trees. So Aiden, the night owl, and of course, someone texts me while I'm live. Yep. Mentioned doing another one like this, but making it the green face, or the I don't know what they're called, the green wood spirits. So I may do that, but that is enough white that I want. I don't want to overpower this with white, and it kind of looks like I have, but I didn't. So I'm gonna clean my brush off. What do you guys think? Leaving the inside and the nose dark, it really stands out. Hey, Muddy Mud Dog. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being here. And make sure you guys hit the like button. Ooh, sorry. Just getting a touch of black. Not very much. And I'm not going to use very much. Hey, Michael S. Heard there was some Jeeper Creepers going on. Wow, thank you, buddy. Thank you, sir. You guys make me feel so good. It's like, wow. I was saying last night, you know, you guys are the core people that are on all the lives, and I've been blowing the lives up lately. Thinking about trying to shoot for 2,000 subs by the end of the year. But more importantly, with it being Halloween, I've been inspired to do some carves, some Halloween type carves. So, and it's really hard to do a video of carving like this. You're almost better off just doing a live and carving it as you go. You can make a short afterwards, but it is really hard to capture something like this in a video. So now I'm taking just a touch of black and going back inside of the eyes. Because with the white that's on there, and I'm not going crazy, it will show depth and deepness into the eyes. I will feather it up a little bit underneath. I don't know as if you could see the difference in the camera by doing that, but I can definitely tell here, and every camera is different. It's kind of, I know I've talked about it before, and I actually have their hoodie on tonight. This takes me back to my makeup days when I was working at the haunted house and doing makeup for people, and that's where I learned a lot of the shading and stuff. Never learned how to do fingernails, but I did know how to do FX makeup. And this is sort of along those lines. But if there's anybody watching that hasn't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and the like button, because it is appreciated. And if you like the content, stick around. We love having you here. do want to get is deeper in these eyes. Some of the stain didn't get in there, so I'm going to try and go pretty deep. I need a smaller paintbrush. That'll be all right though. Painting nights aren't sexy nights, but they're fun because I don't have to have the fan on. I can pay more attention to chat. You know, Suzanne, I didn't know about it. I really did not know about it, and I did not carve this for that challenge. So I would kind of feel like I shouldn't do it. You know, if I was doing this for the challenge, I would, but I totally did not do this for the challenge. Let me scroll up and see what your idea is, because I think I missed it. And thank you for tagging me. If you've got something like that, tag me in it so I can see it. Lighting around the nose, maybe. Yeah, that's a good idea. Get into just a little bit inside here. Yeah, can do that. And eventually, I'm going to go back over the light. Yep. Once it starts drying, which it should very quickly because I'm not putting a lot of paint on. I'm just shadowing it in, shading it in. I am going to go over with a different color, because looking at the picture on my monitor and here, he's a little too bright. And I don't want him to be bright. I want him to be shadowy and spooky. All right, so let me grab a different brush and we'll hit this nose. The nice thing is, even if you screw up the paint, you can go over it with something else. And that's why I'm never afraid to try anything. Oh, thank you, Michael S. I'm never afraid to try something paint-wise, because if I don't like it, I just go right back over it. So if I'm hearing, or what you're saying is just kind of around the nose, kind of like a shadowing effect. Holy crap, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And guys, if there's channels that you haven't subscribed to yet, please give them a subscribe. All right. Hey, how do we see how much it is to join a channel? If you're talking about my channel in particular, there should be a join button on the $, and I know my memberships are like the just to join is $1.99 or $1, yeah, something like that, less than $2 to join. All right, awesome. So I know this sounds dumb, but I'm now going to take a semi-dry brush, kind of wet, and go over everything again. I'm not putting any paint on it. I'm just kind of toning it down a tad. Lord, if you guys hear my neighbors out there singing, I'm going to start singing with them because they are out there jamming some Led Zeppelin. Hey, Matt Carves. Thank you for being here. So now I'm going to take and try and find a darker brown. I'm really limited on colors. Need to get some better, darker colors for... Can you hear them? That's awesome. You know what? I'm going to get a copyright strike. That'd be hilarious. Let's try some burnt sienna. Some burnt sienna is what we're going to use and see. That may be too red. But I'm not going to go crazy with it. No, I think that's going to be way too. I'm going to go light with it. And just random hit it. Because I do want to add some color to it. Some color variation, but not a lot. I don't want it to look like it's brown. Because if you look at the character, you know, he's not a color. But there's some areas that I want to pop and stand out. And the variation in colors, while it's slight, will give you depth. And we're not going to go crazy on the colors. More for the tone. So I think I'm going to go in here a little bit. And blend this up into his cheek. And now when I'm doing this and blending it, I'm starting at one end and then letting it fade going up. And I'm not trying to cover everything. And I'll turn it and show you in a second. I want to create more of a shade pattern than anything. So I'm basically just going over and hitting what would be the high spots from the tool mark. And that's what I'm trying to do. So if you can see, now you've got the white coming on this edge. You've got a little bit of the brown on the inside, which is making the face look deeper, I think. All right, what did I miss? What are we congratulating Matt for? Because I want to know. What did I miss? Five years on YouTube. Wow. Yeah, congrats on that. If I'm still doing YouTube in 5 years, I'm going to be in a wheelchair doing it. I do think what I'm going to do is, because looking at the lips, I'm going to go a little bit in here to try and shade it to make the top lip and the bottom lip jump out a little bit more. And I'm just trying to add some shadows to break up the black. And I'm not trying to hit the actual lip. I'm trying to hit the spot above between the nose and the lip. And I may go through and put some black on the lips. Just a touch. I hope you guys can see the difference on the camera, because here there's a big difference, but it's so subtle in shades that sometimes I don't think it goes through, but then later on when I rewatch the live, I'll be like, oh yeah, it was actually pretty good. Yeah, Matt, you know what? 5 years of making content. Holy crap. I don't even know how that would work. Wow, that's crazy. All right, so I've shaded it in up here. I am going to take some black and go through the gum line. You know what? No, I'm not. Just changed my mind. I'm going to go back with that brown. Because that brown is just the right color red. Where it has just enough red in it to maybe it will look like, you know what, I need a smaller brush. Because I don't want to hit the teeth. I want to avoid the teeth if possible. Alright, let's try this. Just need a little bit more on the bottom. So the teeth didn't come out as well as I wanted them to, but you know what? It adds to the creep factor. And I'm okay with that. All right, I think that puts a little bit more depth into the mouth. Cool. Hey, John. Hey, John, the Lions won last night. Did you see that? All right, I am going to hit the lips with just a tad black. Just a touch. Just to darken them up a bit. How's that looking so far? Hey, KG. Well, thank you for stopping in, hitting that like button and subscribe, and thank you for being here. If you wanted to stay, feel free to stay. I know you say you can't stay long, but appreciate you being here. All right, so what do I want to do? Let me look at this for a second. All right. I'm going to break this white up. Not crazy. Not crazy. I think the white is good. It did what I wanted to do. But I'm going to take some I got a few minutes, got to go clean up my mess in the yard, cut down an orange tree today. Had a bad infection. Whole thing was done. Well, you got it cut down. Sorry it had an infection, but can you save any of the wood? I've never carved orange tree wood. Can you carve orange tree wood? I don't know. So what I think I'm going to do is I don't want to put black on them. Oh, the back is not impressive at all. It's just the back. Yeah, that's it. All right, well, that's cool. So the back looks better than the front? Ha! That is something else right there. All right, so I am overthinking this. And if the back really does look better than the front, oh, that's cool, KG. I appreciate it. I'm sure you can put it to a good use. But the nice thing is, if you sent me the wood, I would know what it is. Normally, I don't know what I'm carving because I pick it up along the road. So as this brown, which is more of a reddish color, is drying, it's kind of putting the wood look back into... It's just so many different shades. It's doing really cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come through here, nothing heavy, and just pop some brown back in, because the black underneath is making a nice gray, which is cool. I don't want to cover all that up, but I do want to tone it down just a tad. And I'm not necessarily trying to cover everything. All right. So maybe I wasn't a good Boy Scout leader, because I was a Boy Scout leader for quite a while. Both of my sons went through Boy Scouts, and without the bark, I can't tell you what's what. I can't do it. Straight. Straight grain. White. More than likely rotten pine. Hey, you're pretty good. I'll give you that. All right, I think in a couple of areas I'm gonna go through with a fine brush and hit some of these deeper areas. With black, just to put some black back in. It's all about shading with a piece like this. I need a better brush. Let's see. Let me grab my bag of brushes and see if I have a fine tip. Because that is what I need. This might do. Just to get started. I'm not wanting to go crazy with it. I just want to put some color back into the wrinkles, the grooves. But I don't want it to be so kapow that it looks like it's black. Hey, Oli, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you here. Glad to see you're here. And the trick with this is, with the black, is as you're getting in there, it also gets the edges. Which gives a cool look too. All in all, I'm happy with how this carve came out. I want to say I think it was one of my most challenging carves, maybe, because I actually took a picture and tried to recreate it, albeit not perfect, but it was a step forward. In trying something new. And trying something different. I love painting wood spirits, don't get me wrong. I just wanted to try something different. Now what I will do is, right in here, I'm going to go a little heavy with the black. And then I'm going to shadow it out just a little bit. So what projects do you guys have going on? Or are you going to start? I'm thinking about, for my next one, doing ghost face. Thinking about it. We'll see. Attacking walnuts. Okay. Well, that would be awesome. I don't think said many people. Now, do you make any type of pie or, I mean, what do you do with, hey, Soldier Farms, what do you do with that many walnuts? Asking for a friend. Yeah, I could see that. If you guys haven't hit that like button yet, please hit that like button. And if you're in the background watching and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, please. It is appreciated. I think I'm going to go for try and hit 2,000 subs by the end of the year. Seems like a good goal. Why not try? You know I'm concentrating when I don't talk. A lot of times when I'm concentrating, I just kind of put my head down and pay attention. I don't know if you want to call it methodical, but I try to really pay attention to what I'm doing because I know what I want it to look like. Hey, Amy Joe. Thank you for stopping in. See you later, Matt. Thank you, KG. I think I am happy with it. Hey, Miss Francis. Oh, thank you, Amy Joe. I want to see something. Just as a little contrast. Because this is kind of his neck area right here. I think I'm going to do something I regret, and I'm going to add a little bit of white. I was in the Boy Scouts maybe 10 years. I went through with the boys, and I was in Boy Scouts for a short period as a kid myself. But yeah, it was a little bit of time. Was there with my boys. Took them through it. Did many camping trips. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. You know, Amy Jo, I have pocket dialed people today. And it's funny that you asked that question because, yeah, I may have called somebody 2 or 3 times while I was working. Not only called them, but video called them. So that was even weirder. It was strange standing there working and hearing my name come out of my pocket. And I answered like I'm talking to something. So yeah, that may have happened today. Yeah, if you guys didn't catch it, I was working and had my phone in my pocket, and somehow my phone, I hit something in my pocket, and it not only like opened up, turned on, whatever, but got into Messenger and started video calling people. And to my surprise, hearing Delon. And I was like, yeah. And I'm looking around, I'm like, wait, that's coming from my pocket. Who is in my pocket? And yeah, it was Amy Jo. I not only called her once, but it decided to call her twice, which was weird. All right. She's like, you butt dialed me. I don't like the white. That was a bad mistake. I can fix it, but it was a bad mistake. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in here with a semi-wet brush. Actually, a wet, dirty brush. And tone it down a little bit. Because I just wanted a slight contrast. I didn't want it to be kapow. And right now it's kapow. And that is a little bit better for my eyes. Here you go. See you later, Amy Jo. Thank you for stopping in. All right. Question of the day. What do you guys think? I think I'm done with it. If I do anything more to it, I can pick at it all day, but I like it. I think it came out pretty decent for the first attempt, and I'm pretty happy with it. Tell me not to do it, but I am so thinking about making some blood and putting blood on it. I just don't know. I don't know. I think he needs blood. I think he needs red in him along here, dripping off of his... Oh. Yeah. Gage, you good. Thank you. It's great how it is. Looks gnarly. All right, so he doesn't need blood because I can throw up a batch of blood real quick. You guys are probably going to see a short later with some blood on it. Just saying. No, I won't do that. I'm going to leave it like it is. Oh. I'll think about it, Miss Francis. It needs very dark green? Where? Where would you want me to put green? Thank you, Oli. I don't see green in him at all on the picture. He's more of a gray, dark. All right, Soldier Farms, thank you for being here. If anything, I think looking at the monitor, and this may even be a mistake, what I'll fix, that nose isn't popping very well. So I think I'm going to shade in if I can get it out. Oop, way too much. Just a touch of black. Just a touch. The thing with this is with the blending, and Runic is way much better at painting than I am. With blending, you don't want it to really look kapow, you know, dark. You really want to just shadow it. And Runic is really good at that. Hey Chase, thanks for being here. And if everybody could hit that like button, that would be awesome. See, now that helped the nose big time. Just putting that little bit of black right in here, for me, that put separation in between here and here. And that brought that nose out. That's awesome. So let's see, what kind of green do I have? That's not dark green. I'm afraid all the greens that I have are all like crazy sissy bright greens. Let's check this one. This one has not been opened. Maybe this is the key. Because I do agree it needs another color. I just don't know if the whole thing needs another color. So what I will do, because I am not happy with that white. That white was... Let's see. Now I do like that green. And I do like that little bit of contrast. There we go. Yes, I think that's better. I like that. And once it dries, what I am going to do, I believe, is I'm going to use that brush. And I'm going to shadow underneath the chin. And that I will go a little heavy on. And work it out. All right, I'm done. If I keep playing with it, I'm going to keep playing with it. I won't stop. That's it. I shadowed underneath. I put the green on. I took some black above the green and shaded it. The white doesn't look as white and as kapow. And I think that is going to be it. I don't think this section needs green, but I definitely think this section needed some contrast, and that will work. Looking at the monitor, I can see the chin. You know, I've shaken this piece of wood well more than 3 times. So if that's the bar we're gonna go with, yeah. If that's the bar we're going with, then it's playing with it. I'm happy with it, all in all. All in all, I am happy with it. I think next time if I make something like that, I may try to just put a seal coat on it and see how it comes out, but I really feel like this guy needed some type of paint. He needed some type of paint. And I'm looking at it. I'm going to look at it, and I'll probably mess with it later. Matter of fact, I'm going to do it. This bothers me. So I'm adding a little bit of black to the top. It's not going to be a lot, but right up here. Just want some shading up here. And when I bring it down, I don't want it to just stop. Thank you, Miss Francis. That I like. Can you see the shading of the black coming down and then ending and it turning into the white? Shit. Now I got to do that with the rest. You guys are killing me. Oh, I don't want to do it. I'm trying to look at, so looking at it here and looking at it on the laptop are 2 different things. I can definitely see the shading in here. Thank you, Jane. And I can definitely see how the black comes down and then transitions into the white. No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm stopping. That's it. Because if I just black over everything, then it's not going to make sense on why I painted everything. All right, maybe a little bit. All right, I know what I'm going to do. Damn you guys. So here's what I'm going to do. And I think this is going to work well. Just not too much. So now what I'm going to do is take a wet brush and go over that and blend it. Not too wet, but wet enough. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not messing with it anymore. The eyes are popping. It shades, it blends, it has different color tones through it. The mouth and the chin and the teeth pop. I'm calling this done. Kevin, good call on the green. I like how that blends in down here. I like it. Thank you, Connor. I like it. Yep. If I don't stop now, I will completely have to repaint this thing. I'm not 100% sure I won't put blood on it. I think I need to. I'm going to walk away. I'm taking a picture. Looking at it, and see if I need to put blood on it. I don't think I need to put blood on it. I think I need to put blood on it. But we're going to see. I'm happy. I am happy, you guys. Awesome. Cool. So I'm going to wrap this project up. This project is done. We'll probably do a short of it once everything dries and settles, and I figure if I'm going to put blood on it or not. But this is one that I'm truly, truly, truly happy about. And thank you guys for being here and going through these last couple of days of the Carve. Thank you, Gagey. And, you know, sticking with me through this process, because it's been fun. It really has been fun. I mean, I enjoyed doing the pumpkin. Thank you, Kevin. I enjoyed doing the pumpkin, and this one was just as fun. And like I said, this was the first time that I actually looked at a picture and the best I could tried to recreate the picture. Now, obviously it's wood. It's not a real human face, but you know, you kind of get the point. I do. So, and you made it back just before we leave, cats. But thank you for being here. Really, I appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit that like button. I'm happy with this. This is going to go on the mantle right next to the pumpkin and the shadow boxes. So, small wood lot. That will not work. And let me tell you why. If you've never seen my wedding video, you can't understand this. Thank you, plywood. We got married in a haunted house, and we did makeup on not on each other, but the haunted house did our makeup. And my bride, who was walked down the aisle with a skeleton, had her face missing from her nose down. She had no jaw. So this little wood spirit will not scare her. Yeah, no, won't happen. But hey guys, thank you very much. I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit and let everything settle in, but I'm happy with it. And thank you guys so much for going over the last couple of days, being here, watching the carving, see it from start to finish. And I truly, truly, truly do appreciate all of you. You guys are the core group that's always here on the lives, and you don't go unnoticed. Never. So have a great night, and we will see you next time. Thursday, 7 o'clock, Rusty and I will be live on our normal time slot. I'm still looking to get a guest, so I'm trying to get somebody this week. If not, it'll be just me and Rusty. But be there Thursday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we'll have our normal night of Rusty and DeLand shenanigans. So take care and have a great night.